Niagara Falls. I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's a very popular tourist destination. Lots of stuff to do there. Of course, seeing the beautiful waterfall itself. Magnificent, spectacular, awe-inspiring. And I don't live too far from there, actually. And a little while ago, I was made aware of a call to artists that the city of Niagara put out to commemorate and pay tribute to a community member that unfortunately is no longer with us due to complications with COVID. So they wanted to pay tribute to this pillar of the community, Wilma Morrison. So they put the call out for artists to do what they thought would be a fitting tribute to Wilma. And I tried my best. I decided to go for kind of a portrait of her, along with some of the imagery of things that she was passionate about as well. So I submitted, and believe it or not, my piece was chosen as the final piece to be put up in that new building project that this was ultimately for. So I just wanted to make this video to show kind of what's been happening lately with that project. It was a bit delayed, so this has been a long time coming, but it's finally open. Everything has happened, and I just want to show you the documentation of everything now. So I'm so happy to have had my work chosen out of all the submissions that they received. I'm sure there was a lot of other really great art in there, and it must have been a difficult choice. But here's a little video that I put together talking about kind of the piece itself and what it's all about. And I'll catch up with you after that. Check it out. Hey there, my name is Jacob Headley, and I am an artist from the Toronto area. And it was an absolute honor to work on this particular mural in the Exchange building project as a tribute to the late, great Wilma Morrison. Now, when learning about Wilma, it became clear to me that she was someone who was deeply loved and respected in the community. Wilma was, among many things, a mentor, a teacher, a historian. In fact, it became very apparent that Wilma had quite a passion for the preserving of Black history in the Niagara region. Apparently, she was quite the character. I never had the privilege of meeting her personally, but it's amazing to have been able to work on a piece of art recognizing her and the great work she did in the Niagara community. It's my understanding that Wilma loved dialogue, regularly spending time conversing with others. So how fitting it is to honor her in this courtyard in which people will be hopefully spending time conversing with one another, sharing conversation, and discussing ideas. So I've chosen to portray Wilma's portrait as the main focal point of the rendering, as this is ultimately a tribute to her and her amazing life. I chose to capture her in that older phase of her life, as she's already had many years to solidify her beliefs, her passions, and make waves in the community. She's portrayed with the brightest colors in the image to evoke the thought of her bright, vibrant life, surrounded by flowers, as we know she'll be dearly missed by her friends and family. I understand that Wilma was of the opinion that if we don't know where we came from, then how are we going to know where it is we're going? So that secondary portion of the mural depicts a brief snapshot of North American Black history, of which Wilma was a huge advocate. Starting closest to Wilma's head, or deeper down in her thoughts, perhaps, the tragic past of slavery and racial oppression, but ultimately, the freedom from those bonds, along with the escape to a better life via the Underground Railroad. And fun fact, this little portion of the mural is actually a tribute to my father's art, in which he depicted a similar historic scene. So feel free to check out the art of Wayne Headley as well if you're interested. But looking out further, we see the progress that Blacks have made in society, ultimately showing the world their incredible capacity for music, arts, athletics, academics, and all aspects of life in which humans can thrive when given the chance. Always reaching out for opportunities and progress, symbolized by that reaching arm, consistently moving forward despite the very real struggle at times. So many stories, so many characters, each one contributing to the movement of Black progress, culminating ultimately in that young girl looking out, benefiting from the history behind her and ready to do her part to show the world what she can do. I really hope you like it. As I said, it was a pleasure to work on, and to the family and friends of Wilma especially, I hope you're happy with it and you appreciate it as well. So I thank you all for watching this video. Have a wonderful day. Take care. So that's the story. And last summer, my wife and I were up in Niagara actually doing some Niagara things. And we thought we'd stop by and check out the exchange while it was being worked on. This lady in red is Kim, and she was a huge part of this whole process. She's the Cultural Development Coordinator for the City of Niagara Falls, and she gave us a little behind the scenes tour when it was still under construction, which was awesome. Well, here we are at the exchange. Still under construction. So cut to it done. Let's go check it out. It was so cool to see this place open. It really came together amazingly well. There were so many artists and artwork and performances, speeches. They said some really nice things. I was so happy to be there, including these nice words that were said about this specific project.
In 2020, we lost a valuable member of our community. Wilma Morrison was extremely missed by all that knew her. After passing, the council agreed that we would name a courtyard on Sylvia Place in her honor. The other commitment from council was that the first installation of courtyard would be dedicated to Wilma. Also while there, you'll see Jacob Hadley's work titled Progress.
They really made me feel special and like a valuable part of this project. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much. They even put the piece on the front of an annual magazine, and they even interviewed me on TV. That was crazy. So thank you so much to everyone for the opportunity. And that's a wrap on this project. I hope you guys loved the video, the process of everything. It took a little longer than expected, but it looks great. This whole building is awesome. If you're ever in the Niagara area, feel free to come check out the exchange. And I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
We were neighbors with Wilma Morrison. We knew her our whole lives. I grew up in that neighborhood. I was 6 years old when I met her. She was friends with my mom. And this portrait absolutely presents her as the humble woman she was.